Another piece of work that I wrote was inspired by my journey to work. And it's The Weatherman. Any Radio 4 listeners? Radio 4? Oh, look at that. What a Radio 4 audience we've got tonight. And I was writing, and you know, just at 2 minutes to 8, they do the weather, don't they? It's always the weather. And you kind of half listen to it, don't you? Half. And one day, the weatherman said, and today it's 17 in Aberdeen. And I thought, oh, yes. I thought, yes, that rhymes. I could write a poem about that. And if I put it in every verse, then that's, you know, a quarter of the poem written, basically, without a thing. And so I just pictured this Aberdeen basking in 17 degrees Celsius, and thinking that was really quite good, actually. Have we got any Scots in the audience tonight, by the way? Mm-hmm. We have? Where? Oh, yes. Where from? I think that one gets a mention. Any other Scots? Because there's lots of, yeah? There's lots of place names in this. I did this up in Scotland, and they just kept shouting out when they heard their hometown. It's quite funny. And anyway, I picture the rest of Scotland having the usual rubbish weather it has whenever I go there, and Aberdeen basking in this microclimate. And this one is called 17 in Aberdeen. It's damp and grey on the River Spey, and it's dank and dark there too. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and the sky's an azure blue. How cold it feels in Gala Shields, and it's blowing quite a hoolie. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, no need to wear a woolly. The fog hangs thick in the town of Wick, and it's cloudy in Kirkcaldy. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, where you can tan your body. It's lashing down in Lennoxtown, and it's drizzling in Dundee. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and it's the hottest place to be. The waves are tossing in Ardrossan and in the Firth of Tay. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and it's a very lovely day. There's a layer of mist in South Uist, it's below par in Stranraer. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and it's melting all the tar. It's a trifle dull. It's a trifle dull on the Isle of Mull. There are showers up on Skye. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and nobody knows why. There's wind and sleet on Princes Street, and in Stirling it's cyclonic. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and they're mixing a gin and tonic. There are winter storms in the High Cairn Gorms, and it's frosty in Cornusty. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and it's just as warm as toasty. It's brass monkeys around Dumfries, snow's falling in Falkirk. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and they're taking the day off work. The sun don't shine in Kincardine, much less in Inverness. But it's 17 in Aberdeen. Oh, yes, 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 yes. The weather's poor in Stenhouse Muir and up on Arthur's Seat. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and they're dancing in bare feet. Few sunny spells on the Campsie Fells. Far, far fewer in Forfar. But it's 17 in Aberdeen. So schön, so wunderbar. It's extremely cool in Ullapool, and it's gloomy in Glenrothes. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and they're taking off their clothes. They've chilblained hands in Preston Pans, and it's vile up in Argyll. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and the city is one big smile. There's a belt of rain across Dunbrain, Dunblane, and an air of trepidation. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and there's no precipitation. The lakes are frozen south of Oban. They're throwing snowballs in the Gorbals. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, where cricketers are bowling no balls. It's rough on the Clyde and in East Kilbride, and it's dire on the Mull of Kintyre. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, what more could they desire? The floods run deep in Cowdenbeath, though shallower in Alloa. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, with a warm Hawaiian halloa. There's a small typhoon blowing through Dunoon. There's a dearth. yeah, Dunoon, yes. There's a small typhoon blowing through Dunoon. There's a dearth of mirth in Perth. But it's 17 in Aberdeen, and you can see it on Google Earth. There's some concern today in Nairn. There's a hard gale in Ardguy. But it's 17 in Aberdeen. That is all I have to say. Yes, it's 17 in Aberdeen, and they're bursting into song. Aye, it's 17 in Aberdeen, but it will not be for long. Thank you.